Hey there, welcome to this free training discipleship track in one day. Now, I'm really excited about sharing this content with you. I've been really passionate about this over the past couple of months as I've been studying this, working on this content. And what I want to show you how to do is how to put together a discipleship track in a single day for your church without putting together any content on your own if you don't want to. So let's jump in and look at this. Here's what we're going to cover today: how to create a discipleship track for your church in a single day without creating a single piece of content. Now, you might go, Pastor Jake, why would I want to put together a discipleship track and not create any of our own content? Well, you're very welcome to create content. But one of the things that we found in the church space, working with hundreds of churches over the past couple of years and being a pastor myself, is that often you have the best of intentions, but you're busy and you have this heart to create this discipleship track, train your people, leadership pipeline, raise up leaders, all this kind of stuff. And time runs out and you end up not being able to do it because you're waiting to create this perfect course or class or whatever it is. And you just never get around to it. So we're going to show you how to get this up and running so your church can benefit from having a place to send new believers, new members, new leaders that want to get on board, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to show you how to do that without you having to create any content or buy any content, probably even more important, in a single day. We're going to show you how to build a safe and private community for your church, free from big tech censorship or control. So this is something that, even though I teach hundreds and hundreds of churches and pastors how to use Facebook and Instagram, Google AdWords, YouTube, all that kind of stuff to invite new people in, when it comes to actually building our community, we don't like to use Facebook groups, Google stuff, because we don't want that censorship or control that they can often come in and mess with the content we want to talk about. So this is where, when you're training up new leaders and you're talking about policies and how you handle things, you want this to be safe and private, so on and so forth. So we'll show you how to use a particular type of a group and a piece of tech that gets you out of that censorship and control. We're going to show you how to have a single place for news, info, and events, and a calendar for your church so that your members are not constantly asking what's coming up, what do I do, where do I go to sign up, all that kind of stuff. We can put that in one place. We'll also show you how to funnel communication to one specific channel. This is a huge one for saving your time, effort, energy, and sanity so that you as a pastor and leader can stay accessible and available, which you want to do, to your church members, but without burning out or giving people your personal contact information. So maybe you're at that 50 to 100 barrier and you're finding out as you lead your church that it's starting to get overwhelming, the amount of people that have your personal contact info. Maybe it's Friday night, 10 p.m., and you get that contact, where it's urgent or for someone else, but for you, you're just trying to relax with your family. We're going to show you how to have great open communication with transparency, accountability, but in one spot, that you don't get burnt out. And then we're going to also show you how to train and equip new leaders and volunteers in your church without asking them to give up another evening of their busy schedule. So obviously, we're about making disciples, and we definitely, as church leaders and pastors, want to get people onboarded in our church, but people are busy, and this is a reality. And so, yes, you don't want to probably give up another evening, but also people in your church are really busy, and we don't want people in the church so much that they can't be the church in the world, but we still want to train and equip, and people will do that. They want to learn, they want to grow. So we use digital training technology to be able to connect with people without asking for that other evening. Last, certainly not least, on what we're going to cover today, and I'll show you this quick tool, is how to put together Bible studies, classes, trainings, all kinds of content, all kinds of things from new believers to mature leaders and disciples of Jesus in your church. But we're going to have the top Bible teachers and pastors and incredible communicators teach these courses and do it for free. So you might be thinking, well, how's that going to work? Well, I'm going to show you here in just a second. And then I'm also going to show you how to repurpose your sermons so that your hard work stops being wasted, and your church can access your teaching quickly and conveniently. This is something for me it's always been kind of frustrating is, man, I spend 10, 20, 30 hours a week putting together high-level sermon content, oftentimes the heart of what I want to teach my church. And yes, it's powerful to have people there in the live weekend service, listening to that sermon, engaging with it. But man, what happens to that when it's over? And as we often know, as pastors and leaders, Oftentimes it goes in one ear out the other. Yes, there's an impact. God makes an impact in people's lives on that weekend service. But what if we could use that content that we've created, that wealth of content, that deep well of wisdom and the Word of God, and we could reuse it, right? So that your people in your church could get to it quickly, conveniently, and you could actually use it as a tool for training, equipping, and disciple making. So that's what we're going to cover today. I'm going to show you all that stuff under this kind of umbrella of how to create a discipleship track in a single day. So what we're going to really focus on today is the right tool for the job, because everything I'm going to talk about is how we're using this is in one tool. And that right tool for the job is called School. Okay. Now, this is something you may or may not have heard of. It's a relatively new piece of technology, but what it is essentially is a community and membership and learning management system. Often in the tech space, it's called an LMS or a learning management system. School is developed by a guy that I've worked with in the past, a man named Sam Ovens. I don't believe he's a Christian, from what I understand, but he is a well-known online educator, and he works with a lot of coaches, consultants, course creators, people like that. For myself, as one of those people, but also a local church pastor, I pastor a church of about 1,000 people in Eugene, Oregon, called Joy Church, and you can look us up, joyeugene.com. I love to find ways for us in the church space to use the very best technology and tools that they're using in the entrepreneurial space and the secular marketplace business community for us to be able to use that in the church space to make disciples. And so I started using School, Skool. I started using this in my own personal coaching and community for pastors. That's what we're looking at here is a little screenshot of Up-Level Leader, my community for pastors and church leaders, which I'll talk about more in a few minutes. But I realized that School could also be used by local churches to do all the things that I just listed, one tool, one place, at a really affordable price to be able to leverage all this powerful stuff. So what I'm going to show you today is how to use School in your church to do all that stuff that we just went through. Remember, all this stuff, a discipleship track, a private community, a single place for news, info, and events, a place for communication, how to train new leaders and equip volunteers, a place to put together Bible studies, classes, all that stuff, and put your sermons to use without wasting them in one place. Okay, that we're going to look at in this tool called School, Skool. So let's dive in and look at School. I'm going to pop over here, and this is my actual live community, Up-Level Leader. Now, this is a private community for pastors and church leaders where I do coaching, and we have about 23 active members, about 50 to 60 people that are actually part of this group. Some of them aren't involved with this particular community, but I teach pastors and church leaders how to grow their church, how to set up their leadership systems, and kind of my sweet spot to help churches is between 50 and 500. So if you're a church leader leading a church or working with a church of anywhere between that range, 50 to 500, I'd love to help you break your next church growth barrier, all that kind of stuff. But we're not here to talk about that today. What we're here to talk about is how you can use this tool, School, Skool, to do all the things that I talked about in the intro. So School is broken up into a couple of tabs, and the first one is community, the second is classroom, the third is calendar. So community, this is where your members can come in and post, and you as well as the admin or whoever you make an admin on your team can come in and create posts. And this is really cool. It works a lot like a Facebook group, but without their censorship and control and, Big Brother kind of looking over your shoulder. You can come in here, create a post. This is a new post. Whatever you want to communicate with your church. Maybe you want to share something. You want to share a new vision, directive, maybe a scripture, daily devotional, Bible reading plan, whatever you want to share. Your whole church can be in this group, and it's really cool. And not only can you just create posts with content, like that, you can also add a video. You can add a link. You can put an attachment. You can do a poll. So if you wanted to have a poll and say, what should I preach, next Sunday, you could say, not that you should do this, but you could if you wanted to, Galatians, preach about the Oregon Ducks. Come on, that's God's favorite college football team. But you can do a poll. So just kind of showing you some of the options here. You've got GIFs, you've got emojis, fun stuff, and then you have categories. So you can post things like church info or announcement or whatever, youth group. You could put categories and you have full control over that. And here's what I love about this. You can also send that email. If you make a post and you want your entire church to know about it, you can send an email to all the members of this group. So let's say that you're using this group for your general church. You could create something, and if you want your entire church to get that info, boom, you send an email to all the members, okay? So when you hit post, not only is it going to post inside your group, just like these posts right here. Like here's an example of one I said, for Easter, how did your Easter go? And people were sharing some of their awesome wins that they had. Put a little GIF on there. That can also be emailed to the entire group. So that's community, and it's really powerful because you can with a lot of freedom have your people in your church sharing stuff. Your leaders can share things. You can share things, and it's another space, a digital space where your church can gather, make disciples, be disciples, grow in Jesus, apart from your Sunday gatherings or your small groups or whatever else you're doing in your church. So that's really cool. That's community. Okay, the second piece, really powerful, is classroom. And this is where you can see some of the courses that we actually have going on for Up-Level Leader. But you can build classrooms in your group here, in your school group. And this is where you can create your discipleship tracks. Let me show you something here. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go into the settings, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can create a discipleship track in a single day. Okay, add course name. We're just going to go with New Life Church 101. Okay, this is a great first step getting connected. And set the access level with this course. All members have access, only some members. Maybe we want to do it invite only, so we'd say only some members, okay? And then we're going to hit add, and I'll show you how easy this is. So now we have a set, and this is kind of like the first tier of content, and then modules, okay? So if we go in here, we can have this, and we can call this the content, save it, and then new module, we can do session 1. And then in here, we can go in and link a video from YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, Loom, wherever you have that video content hosted. Now, you're going, okay, cool, but what do you mean that I don't have to create any content? Now, if you already have a new believers class, you already have a discipleship track, then that's great. You can post that in here. You could upload your own videos to any of these services or wherever you host your video. You can drop it right in there. You can describe it. And here you can add notes, you can add files, resources, all kinds of things, action items. You can even put a transcript for that video if you want to do that. You can say if you want it to be a draft or if you want it to be published. Okay, so we'll publish this. Now here's where I wanted to show you how to do this without creating any content. So the beauty of something like YouTube is that this is the most massive search engine. I believe YouTube is the biggest search engine in the world other than Google. People go onto YouTube, they search all kinds of things. And what I did is I went in and I found in like 5 minutes, one of the most awesome Bible teachers named David Pawson. And he has a Key Steps to Becoming a Christian. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-part video series. Most of them are about an hour long. And then the last one is about 25 minutes. And you can come in here, and he makes this completely available. He's passed away, but his estate has made this available. He's a brilliant Bible teacher, really, really excellent communicator here. And you can grab this by clicking share. You can grab that YouTube link, go right back in here, drop that in. Okay, whatever other stuff you wanted to put in here, hit save. And now watch what's going to happen. We're going to take this out of draft. Okay, we're going to publish this. All right, I'm going to close this down. And I just want to show you how ridiculously cool this is. New Life Church, boom, 101. We come in here, and now you've got David Pawson teaching your new believers class. So let's say somebody joins your church and you get, they fill out a card. I'm joining your church. I'm giving my life to Jesus, whatever it is that you do to onboard people. And you say, okay, hey, we're going to invite you. We're going to go over to the members thing. We're going to invite you. We're going to send you the send this to your email address, or you can actually send them an invite. They can click. You can set the permissions, and you say, look, I want you to jump into our New Life Church 101. And when you're done, mark it as done. You can see that, what courses they've gone through, or you can have them let you know, however you want to do that, but you let them know this is the first step we have for our church. Now, obviously, you're going to fill this all out. You can go in here, you can add in this course, go back to the course. We can edit the course. We can make a nice looking cover. So let's see here. If I go, I made this one earlier just to give it a little bit of context. You can go in here, you can make this look really good, and you can send people to this as the beginning step of joining your church. Now, imagine how powerful this is. Literally one day you come in here, you saw how quick I did that. You add a little bit of detail, you go on YouTube and you find the best Bible teachers and people that you want to speak into your people. And again, do you have to use this forever? No. You could use this for the first 2-3 months of a new church. You could use it while you're getting things up and running. But you go in and you do all of that, and you have a discipleship track in a single day, right? Just like we're talking about, really powerful. In a single day, didn't even create a single piece of content. In that same day, you have that safe and private community. In that same day, you have a single place for news, info, events, all that kind of stuff, right? And then communication, let's go back and look at that. So you can see with Classroom, you have an unlimited amount here, or at least I think up to 100 different things you can create. You can go in and create new leaders trainings, group leaders trainings, youth group leader trainings, kids church volunteer trainings, whatever you want to do, you can do it right there in the Classroom, and you can assign the permissions to each individual member of what they have access to. So you can even do things where, like, let's say that somebody has to finish that 101 course before they go to the 201. Okay. But it's all in one spot, super easy to use, whether you're 15 or 65 years old. This technology is extremely simple and easy to use. And so that's what I love about it. So that's the Classroom piece. Okay. Really, really cool. You say, well, what about the communication piece? Well, you have the community, so people can communicate here, and they can obviously communicate with you or your leaders, however you set that up, with the rules or the way that you introduce people to this community. But you can also go up here to the chats function, and you can have private chats with people in this group. So one of the things that allows you to do is let's say as a pastor, you go, all right, I'm leading a church of 150, 200 people, whatever that may be. And I don't want to give people my private number, but I want to be available for questions. Somebody wants to reach out, share a testimony, whatever. You go, hey, message me in our school group, on our church group, and I'll get back to you within a couple of days. And that allows you to funnel communication in one place. And you go, well, why do you think about that? Well, because quickly as you grow, you're going to be at a place where you get completely overwhelmed. Okay. So last but not least, kind of showed you community, showed you Classroom, giving you some mountaintops on these things. How about the calendar? This is a really cool feature that they've built into school that allows you to go ahead and build events into your that allows you to build events right into the calendar and actually update people. Now, you don't control it from there. What you do is you go back into settings, you go into the calendar, and you can add an event. Let's say picking whatever day of the month. Let's say you wanted to do the 12th of April. You go midweek service. Okay, you schedule that out. Let's go 6 p.m. This is going to default to your time zone. I'm in Pacific time. 1 hour, midweek service. Describe it. Okay. And then this is really cool. Remind members by email 1 day before the event. So how cool is this that now you get like an assistant reminding people, hey, remember we have that midweek service, or we have that worship team practice, or whatever that is. And you can remind people automatically. It'll send them an email the day before the event. School handles all of that. So this allows you to build recurring events, one-time events, all kinds of stuff. Just remember, it's going to invite everybody in the group. So that's one thing. The calendar is basically global. It doesn't select people. They haven't added that feature yet, at least. You have to, whatever you put to remind people, it's going to send it to the entire group. So maybe you want to use that for main church events, that kind of thing. And you don't even have to remind people. You can just build it into the calendar, and then everything shows up in your calendar of what's going on at your church. And so this is another place where between community and calendar, you tell people, hey, join our church group. And that's where everything we do is posted. It's all available for you to see what's going on there. Then in the members tab, I'm not going to go into that today, but in that members tab, you can control people's tags for what they're allowed to see in the classroom. And there's actually a gamification system built in here that's kind of fun that you can play with, where as people post and they're active and whatever you set up as a valuable action in the group, you can do prizes or new levels to unlock certain classrooms or whatever. So maybe for people that are, sharing or talking, if you want to gamify that, you can do that. That's something that they have built into this. So really, really cool. That's kind of the overview. Now, I mentioned, getting people to teach your courses without having to pay, just going on YouTube. And so I found just a couple of quick videos just to give you, a really, really rough idea. But YouTube is this vast repository of free content. Most Christian content is being given, and whoever created it, when they put it on YouTube, they want people to watch it because they want to help, right? That's like what I'm doing right now. I want to help. So I want people to watch this content. You want to share this video? Go right ahead, share this video. Share it with as many pastors and churches as you can, because I want them to be able to see how to build their own group and do this kind of cool stuff, okay? But let's say you wanted to do a discipleship course. Go find the people that you like, the teachers that you like, on YouTube, find what they're doing talking about discipleship, grab that link and put it right into your own course. So as a church, maybe you're a church of 50 or 150, and you're going, hey, I don't have the resources, the time, or the personnel, the people on board my team to be able to teach this discipleship course that I want to teach, or to be able to teach this evangelism course, or to be able to teach a worldview course or whatever. Well, look, here's basic Christian worldview. Typed it into YouTube. I found a really great video on a basic Christian worldview. And then you can go through here and find legendary teachers, right? Find some incredible people, the places that you want to get information from based on your theology and tradition and so on and so forth. And you can drop that right in there and boom, build out course after course after course so that you have a discipleship pathway, not just a new believer's path, but a pathway for people to grow in their faith. And how powerful. What if you said, hey, I want everybody in our church to go take our 3-part course on worldview, come in here back to the community and say under this post, about worldview, maybe you create a post about worldview course, share your biggest takeaways. And then boom, right there, you have a conversation under this, you have a conversation under this post of people in your church interacting with that content. And now you're discipling people in the digital space. You're not having to go out to coffee. You're not having to take another night of the week, but you're growing people in the church. You're raising up leaders. It is absolutely powerful. So hopefully you can see how to train and equip new leaders and volunteers, funneling communication, discipleship track in one day with one tool. It's really, really powerful. Bible studies, all that kind of stuff. You go, what did you mean about repurposing your sermons? Post them on YouTube or wherever you post them. Build a class, okay? Or you can post them right into the community. You can actually link sermons right under adding video. You can put it right on a post, a weekly sermon discussion thread in your community, or you can put them in a classroom and you can say your, highlights of the year sermons, or every sermon goes into a new course, however you want to do that. But you can repurpose that content so it doesn't disappear and just go out into somewhere in the internet. I would recommend putting it in the community, posting it weekly like we do with our coaching calls. And then there's conversation that can take place underneath there. So guys, hopefully that did that justice. I apologize. I have a little bit of a cold, and so I'm kind of nasally and all that, but I hope I gave you some ideas. My goal today was just to inspire you and get you fired up about how to use this tool to build that discipleship track, that community, that communication hub, a place where you can get some great content from YouTube and other places, link it into your church community, and begin to bring some life and some energy around that teaching and training in your church. Okay, so that was how to do it. We looked at school. We showed you the demo. So why do I recommend that tool? Okay, a couple of things really quick. This is big, and I've just to give you some context, I've personally coached over 500 pastors and leaders in the last 5 years. I have about 2,500 customers that are pastors, church leaders from all over the world that have worked through my content on Facebook invitation system, my leadership courses, how to kickstart church growth, 20 ways to grow your church, all of that kind of stuff. And here's one of the big barriers that I found working with tons of pastors and churches is that if it's not simple to use, if it's not easy to use, and it's a technology barrier, then it just sits there on the hard drive. It never does anything. So School is really easy to set up and it's really easy to use. It's easier to use than Facebook group. It's easier to use than Slack. It's easier to use than all these other tools that are out there that have way too many features and all kinds of things. And so I recommend School because it is so easy to use. Okay. It's incredibly easy to set up. You can do it in minutes. It's intuitive. It's easy to use. Okay. So that's why. Another big reason is that it's safe, private, and controlled. Unlike Facebook, here's the problem. Facebook will censor stuff that goes on in your groups. People can complain to Facebook. People can spam groups. You do have control over who comes into your group and who goes out, but you have to monitor that. And honestly, I don't want Facebook in our church business. Now you go, well, that's just you. You're just too, nervous about it. And actually, no, I'm not, because I've worked with hundreds of pastors. We've seen people get banned for sharing things like scripture verses. I'm not talking about people going crazy. I'm talking about sharing scripture verses, and maybe, big tech doesn't like it. They ban you, and now your group is gone. So now you have that group that your church had, and it's gone because your profile got banned. Guys, this has happened. And who has it happened to? It's happened to me. It's happened to pastors in my city. It's happened to pastors in my group. So I like to get away from Facebook. I love Facebook as an advertising platform where we get to present the gospel, invite people to church, because I teach people how to do that. But when it comes to building community and building structure and raising up leaders and teaching content and having community groups, I don't want to be on Facebook. So we want that safety, that privacy, and that control of our own platform. And School is a paid platform that you can have control over, and it's private for your members. So that even just gives that extra layer of security for you, for your team, all that kind of stuff. Okay, why School? Next reason, it is very affordable. It is only at the recording of this video, and I don't believe they have any plans to raise the price, but you can get grandfathered in at this price. It is only $99 a month. Now, I want you to think about this. If you were to hire a staff person to build a discipleship track, first of all, you're not going to get somebody like David Pawson. You're not going to get Todd Wagner. You're not going to get Ed Stetzer. You're not going to get that person for anywhere close to $99 a month to teach a discipleship course, okay, or to teach a course on worldview, or to do a course on how to lead a small group or how to win somebody to Jesus. So I want you to think about $99 a month. Yeah, it's $100 a month, but imagine what that's doing for you. Everything we just went through, the community, one place for communication, the discipleship track that you can build in one day that then can live there forever if you want it to. We didn't even talk about the fact you can create your own courses. So you can record yourself, post it on YouTube. You don't even have to list it on YouTube, just make it private, link it into your school group or wherever you host videos. It's $100 a month, guys. And I recognize that's an investment, but honestly, we can all make that work for the impact that it has. The other thing that I love about School is that I know the management and development team. They are trusted. They are good folks. I have personally worked with and invested a lot of money in coaching and courses with Sam Ovens, the owner of this company. He has a relentless focus. He actually gave up a multiple $1 million business to focus on School because he's passionate about this tool, creating a tool for people to build communities and spaces to share content, ideas, so on and so forth. So I love this company. They're growing it, they're building it, they're doing the right stuff. And there's a lot of features that are coming down the road where they're not going to make it hard to use, but it's just going to continue to get more and more powerful. So for me, it just kind of checks all the boxes as a pastor, as a leader, and as an entrepreneur who uses it for my own business. It's really, really cool. I think we can just absolutely benefit from it in the church space. So that's why I point people to School. Now you go, well, what are the other options? Well, free Facebook groups, places like Kajabi, Podia, all these other places, Teachable. But I've used them all, you guys. And I'll be honest with you, I put my own businesses on School. So I put my money where my mouth is. We use this. It is not something that I'm just recommending out of hand. We use it. I've used all those other tools. They have massive drawbacks. They're not easy to use. I don't trust their management and development teams. So, and they're a lot more expensive in most cases. So that's why I recommend School. All right, Pastor Jake, what do I do next? What from all this? Hopefully, I got you inspired a little bit. What do you do next? Okay, first thing is I want to offer you a free 14-day trial of School, and I want to give you a bonus, and I'll let you decide what the bonus is. And so the first bonus you can grab is the Kickstarting Church Growth course. It's one of the first courses I made. It's been used by thousands of churches at this point to help them build a plan for church growth. So if you want to break that barrier, wherever it is for you, 50, 100, 200, 300, Kickstarting Church Growth is a great place to start. You can have that bonus if you sign up for a free 14-day trial of School with my link that I'm providing for you underneath this video or on the page, or if you email me at jake@jacobschmelzer.com, I will send you my referral link. Yes, I am an affiliate for School. Again, I use it for my own business, but I reached out and I became an official partner of School because I love the potential of this platform. And so I do get a referral bonus if you sign up. You don't pay any extra. They pay me if you sign up through my link. So because of that, I want to give you a bonus. If you'll use my link to sign up for a trial of School and you email me and tell me this is the name of my group that I signed up for, whether you continue on to be a paying member of School, that's your business. I'm going to give you the bonus regardless, just because I want to bless you. Okay. So to thank you for your time, to thank you for using my link, I want to give you a bonus, and you can get Kickstarting Church Growth course, or I'll give you the 20 ways to grow your church course. I sell those courses anywhere from $20 to $100, depending on what promo level. So it's at least a $20 gift from me to you. Although those courses are worth way more than that because they help people lead people to Jesus, make disciples, grow their leadership, so on and so forth. So you can pick Kickstarting Church Growth or 20 Ways to Grow Your Church. All you got to do is shoot me an email, jake@jacobschmelzer.com, and say, I signed up for a 14-day trial of School with your link, Pastor Jake. This is what I'd like. I'd like you to the Kickstarting Church Growth. You got to email me, though, because I'm not going to know unless you let me know that you signed up. And you let me know your group name, and I can check my referrals. And if your group name is there and you did it, then I'll send you that bonus. Cool? So that's your next step, 14-day trial of School. Sign up under my link, though. So you can get that on this page where you're watching this video, or you can email me and I'll send it to you directly. The second step that I'd recommend is if you saw Uplevel Leader, this group, you saw some of the awesome courses that we have. The New Life Church 101 was obviously just a dummy course there, but How to Break the 100 Barrier, Guest Follow-Up, 10 Reasons course, Ministry Pipeline, Kickstarting Church Growth, Facebook Ads Pack, 20 Ways to Grow, all these courses and weekly coaching. Every single Monday, I go live on Zoom with everybody in the group, and we do a deep dive into church growth, church leadership, breaking barriers, how to market, how to do outreach, how to build volunteer teams, everything and more when it comes to leading a church that is healthy, growing, and making a difference in your community. That's what we help you with at Uplevel Leader. So this community is available for you to join at uplevelleader.com. Go to uplevelleader.com. And right now, if you're watching this video and you go to that website, you're going to get a 50% discount off our regular price. And again, I just want to get as many churches and pastors into this as possible. There is an investment to join the community, a monthly cost. We made it affordable for churches at every level. But what we found is that when we used to do it, at too cheap or even free, people literally will not use it. They don't invest. There has to be an investment, a little bit of skin in the game to get somebody to really get the results that they can get. And if you go to uplevelleader.com, we got a bunch of testimonials. You can see the churches that have doubled, tripled, that have grown, raised up new leaders, made a difference. We are good at helping churches grow, break their barriers. So love to see you there, uplevelleader.com, that community for pastors and church leaders. Last but not least, if you have any questions about School, how to use this for your church, how to get that link or whatever, this is my personal email address, Please don't spam me. Don't invite me to your church, picnics or whatever. But jake@jacobschmelzer.com. I read and respond to all my emails. So pastors, email me at jake@jacobschmelzer.com. Love to hear from you. Let's take the next step. You can get that free 14-day trial of school. I'll send you the bonus if you let me know that you signed up, and then uplevelleader.com for continuing in the journey together. All right, guys, that was Discipleship Track in a Day. God bless you. Hopefully that was helpful for you. God bless you. Talk to you soon.